Welcome to Nick on Knicks, where your boy N.I.C rants about the latest Knicks game. The Knicks, they get their fourth straight win. They do so handedly. They do so behind a dominant third quarter. And they beat the Charlotte Hornets, the injured Charlotte Hornets, 125-101. The Knicks got it done. It's a tale of two halves tonight. It's a tale of two halves. Defense was a little bit sus at the start. Come on, man. At the very beginning, the defense was not exactly what we expected to be. In the first quarter, at one point, we found ourselves down 13. If you're like me, you were like, come on, man. Don't let this be that Utah game. Don't let this be that Dallas game. Dallas is not a down opponent, but where they just got out on us and we were never able to get it back. Don't let it be the last game against Charlotte on Sunday, early game. We end up only winning by 1 point against a team without 4 of their 6 best players. And even if they have all 4, they're not expected to do a ton. Come on, man. But Jalen Brunson refused to let us get out of it. He had an absolutely fantastic first quarter. His first quarter, he refused to let the Knicks lose. He refused to let the Knicks get out of it. If you looked at the first quarter throughout, like I said, we were down by 13. Things were not going well. Felt like one of those nights where maybe, oh man, do we just not have it? Are we not getting it? Yeah. And then Brunson took over. He ends up with 19 points, 19 of his 24 in the first quarter. He really understands this year when there's times for him to just take over. Like, does he need to distribute? Does he need to make sure that he's getting buckets? Whatever the case may be, JB, he gonna get it done. That was huge, man. That was huge. It really was. We end up after, honestly, we didn't play well in the first quarter at all. Not at all. And we end up only down 2. And then we're leading at half. I'm pretty sure we're 65-62. We're up by 3. And then out in the third quarter, we come out, take care of business, stop playing with our food, and get it done. It's a good win by the Knicks overall. Like I said, we got our 4th straight. We now move to 14-8. I think a lot of people, if we go back and it's preseason and you say, hey, the Knicks are going to be 14-8. They're going to have the best offense in the league. What's looking like it can be one of the greatest offenses of all time, according to metrics and advanced stats and things like that. I think most of us would sign up for that, man. With a Tom Thibodeau as a coach who's probably going to get the defense right. With a Precious Achiuwa coming back tonight for the first time with his live body and his ability to switch. We'll get back to that here in a little bit. But let's talk about Brunson, man. Let's just spend a little time on my man JB. Because, he's probably not going to put up the point statistics that he put up last year. He's going to average more assists. He's now creeping up. He's riding. Before he was 6 and change. Now he's 7 and change. I think that he will get to 8 and a couple pennies by the end of the season. Because this Knicks offense is special, man. Like all the players talk about, it doesn't matter who it is. We move the ball. And at the end of the day, you're going to have a very hard time over the course of fourth quarter keeping all of our guys down. All 5 starters score at least 18. All 5 starters have scored more than 20. More than, I don't know, it's been a while in Knicks history, but more than anybody else in the NBA thus far this season. And now we're getting some bench help back. Welcome back, Precious, my guy. Just, you can see Precious, he's a little out of rhythm. He walked one time. He had a turnover. He had a very good secondary pass to OG for a point, some points in the paint. And overall, what you saw from Precious is that he's so versatile on the defensive end. You can switch him onto guards. He can also play guys that are bigger than him, and he does both with efficiency. And when you have him and an OG on the floor at the same time, when you have that death lineup that we'll talk about in a little bit, that lockdown Rikers Island, people are gonna have a hard time. OG, it's arguable. Is OG more the missing piece from what we've seen so far this season, or is it Mitch? Yet to be seen from a man, Mitchy no Stitchy. So we'll see what happens from him as the season goes along and he comes back and he's able to get injected into this roster. Missing campaign tonight, missed campaign tonight. That first quarter, we started off rough, man. We started off rough. They were hitting their shots for sure. They came out hot. They came out aggressive. And the Knicks were on their heels. Brandon Miller was cooking. He's doing his thing. Brandon Miller was what? Let me look 6 of 8, 3 of 5 from 3. Brandon Miller did not shoot enough, man. If I'm a Hornets fan, I'm like, Brandon Miller, I need more. Excuse me. I'm sorry. That was just in the first quarter. Sorry, guys. My stats, I switched to the first quarter to talk about Brunson's first quarter. And yeah, so Brandon Miller, his first quarter was out of control. He was 6 of 8, 3 of 5 from 3 with 16 points in the first, man. Almost matched Brunson. He was doing his thing. He made Brunson. He made Brunson step his game up. He said, "Yo, I can't let this cat outplay me." Brandon Miller. And if you look at that first quarter, and then you realize that at the end of the game, he ends up 9 of 19, 5 of 12 from 3 with 26 points. Knicks obviously switched something up. What did they switch up? They put OG and Anunoby on him. OG got it done tonight. His defense was fantastic on Brandon Miller. He was also fantastic on the offensive end. OG, he had that 40-point outing. He kind of fell off a little bit after that. Last game, he got it going again. Tonight, he was 10 of 18 from the floor. He was 3 of 4 from behind the arc. And the defense was just unreal. It really was. I'm going to talk about OG's defense here in a little bit. Okay, let's keep it a little bit chronological. And so in that first quarter, we struggle. And then Josh Hart comes out and he dominates the second quarter. A little back and forth with him and LaMelo Ball. LaMelo, you in street clothes, dog. You over there looking like a low-budget Billie Eilish. And you want to talk to my guy Josh, the heart of the city, the new number 3 in the orange and blue? You don't want to talk to him. You don't want to talk to him. The last thing you want to do is get Josh Hart to feel disrespected about the fact that you want to put a center on him. Oh, okay. That's what you want to do? That's what you want to do? And LaMelo, you want to talk? Okay, Josh Hart's going to hit 4 straight threes. And if he's going to shoot like this, like the way he's been shooting thus far this season, we win in the chip. Because he does everything else on the basketball floor. The only question about him has ever been his outside shooting. Tibbs told him put up 500 a day this summer, and Josh Hart said word. Because he looks so much more confident. All that nonsense in the preseason. Come on, man. Josh Hart, heart of the city. Let's go. One part about the second quarter that we got to talk about, we got to mention. Sims, probably his most brutal stretch that he's had all season. And he had some brutal ones early, but man, in the second quarter, there was a point where it was him giving up offensive rebounds, him fumbling passes that should be leading to dunks, him being right at the paint and going up and trying to put up some bullshit ass layup as opposed to just throwing that shit down backwards. OG just like that. Nah, I wrote in my notes at one point that he was I no no I posted on Twitter that he was having a brutal stretch. Twitter, check me out. He underscore did this to me on all socials. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a like. What's good? I posted that and he the next like 2 minutes, the stretch got even worse. Yo, we called a timeout. He came up the floor. Tibbs was fucking pissed at Sims at one point. Like, yo, my man, I'm the one out here, standing up for you. Tibbs is like, yo, I'm the one out here being like, yo, man, come on. He had a terrible stretch in the second quarter. And now what you see is Precious is back. You have a stretch like that, Sims, you might not see the floor again. And he did not. He ain't see the floor for the rest of the way. Hey, man, shit is real out here in the big city. We miss Cam's energy. I could tell when we brought the bench back in. We miss that guy who's just like willing to pull up. I feel like it takes I feel like Deuce unlocks. I'm sorry, Cam unlocks Deuce to a certain extent. Deuce plays a little bit more, loose and free when he's got some Cam out there. And we missed Cam's overall energy. And I honestly think that if this was a big game, and I've heard these kind of rumblings from the people who know in the Knicks world, that Cam would have played tonight if it would have been that serious. But we're playing the Hornets without their best players. We're trying to establish something, do something, and we should be able to take them out. And it was a tale of two halves. The first half, not so great. Second half, took care of business, especially that third quarter. That third quarter, we tightened up the defense in that third. That was the big thing. First quarter, we scored 65 points. You can't be mad at 65, but we give up 62. Second quarter, we started to tighten up a little bit. Third quarter, lock up. Really, really lock up. And also the other thing was in the third quarter, Karl Anthony Towns said, man, if y'all going to keep switching this a little on me, I'm just going to show you what's good. That dude is so skilled. His handle is underrated. I saw him, we saw before we put the to his legs and then the wrap around the Bridges. Bridges didn't make the shot, but hey, again, Bridges, whole new guy, looks brand new. He looks fantastic. But we saw in the last game, and then we saw in this game just a couple times. I mean, dude is wildly skilled for a man his size. Central Jersey, stand up. My guys from Piscataway, I used to run through the northeast corridor line on New Jersey Transit. That was one of the stops. I was from Monroe. I go hop on at New Brunswick. Piscataway was on the stops, man. He's a real Central Jersey dude. Jalen Brunson, I agree with you about everything, but Central Jersey is a real place. Talk to him, Cat. Cat now has 19 double-doubles in the first 21 games. He leads the league in double-doubles. He leads the league in rebounds. I'm starting to like when he gets annoyed with the refs and just says, fuck it. That's when he starts going into his midi fadeaway bag, which I want to see more of. It's very hard to hold everybody down in this squad, man. If you're a defense, you heard Franz Wagner talk about it the other day. You got JB running the pick and roll with Cat. It's the best pick and roll duo in the league. And then you have just shooters and smart basketball players all around. Our starting lineup is absurd. I think they scored 64 of the first 66 points. OG, man. What's up, my man? What's up, my man, OG, man? Yo, my dude is balling. When he had those two straight blocks, got the crowd really going. The second one was on Cody Martin. And Cody Martin, but they're both on threes. And the second one, when Cody Martin, after he blocked it, Cody Martin he just looked so defeated. He was just like, God damn, what the fuck we're supposed to do with this guy? OG's dapping up fans. They put Camby on the screen. He's giving OG chance. And again, Brandon Miller was absolutely destroying us in the first quarter. People were talking, in the group chat I have, somebody said Brandon Miller might get 50. Put OG on him. Clang, clang. Thing about OG is OG will be a dribbler will beat like Brunson or whoever. And OG will go over and swipe at him to make him chill. And then that guy will try to pass to OG's man, and then OG will be right up on him. And if that guy thinks he's open, no, you're not. He will block that shot. You cannot dribble a ball in front of OG. You cannot hold a microphone in front of OG. We learned that in the post game. Go look it up. Second time, Alan Hahn snatched the mic. Tonight, Cat had to say, and that's the other thing, man. This team, they like each other, man. They having fun out there. They having fun. In the second half, in the third quarter, we really, really took over this game. At the end of the third quarter, we put out the Rikers defensive lineup. Deuce, Hart, McCall, OG, Precious. We switch everything. You can't do anything. Lock them up. I'm telling you, man, Precious's ability to switch on the D, that's a legitimate weapon. It's like another guy's offensive weapon. Precious's ability to switch on the D is a weapon, man. Big third quarter. We win the third quarter 38-16. We go 6 of 7 from 3 in the third quarter. Remember when people thought we overpaid OG? Does anybody feel that way now? Guy is the best two-way player in the NBA, has a chance to be an all-star this year. Fantastic. That Towns passing, man, he's getting comfortable. He's getting slick. The one thing that all Knicks fans are going to talk about, something that I shy away from typically personally, I trust in Tibbs. I love Tibbs. He's the best coach we've had by Van Gundy, and it's not even close. Most of the time, I try to default to, I'm stupid, Tibbs gets it. There's zero reason to have 4 starters in with 2 minutes left up 22. Bridges played 47 minutes and a 24-point win. Not ideal. Not ideal, Tibbs. Not ideal. I defend you all the time. In the world's most exclusive Knicks chat in the world on X, I defend you all the time. Tonight, no defense. The Knicks are now 9-2 in their last 11 after a 5-6 start. We get to a point where Cat is so prolific that his big games don't even seem big. He had the huge posterization of Diabate, the dunk on the break, throws it down and one. Diabate, not only did he get that dunk on him, but he also got a step back daddy by Brunson at one point. We got to see that Precious plus Cat. We got to see Cat on the floor with another big man for the first time all season. Our guy JB, our captain, not only did he dominate the first quarter when we needed it, but he had 25 points on only 8 shots. Talk about efficiency. The Knicks now have the best point guard in the NBA. He has the best plus minus in the league. OG's top 5, by the way. He's better than SGA. Check the stats. It's your boy Nick on Knicks. Peace.